what you want. Come feel this sensation. Sliding smooth and low like a secret invitation. So smooth. Every tone whispers soft. Can you feel it? The undertow. Pull me closer, baby. You know where I wanna go. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Ooh, yeah, I let your rhythm consume my soul. So tender, let your body sway, baby. My voice has you gliding. Feel it, whispers in your ear. Feel the thrill as they're colliding. Steamy tone, sultry breeze. Oh, it's got you mesmerized. Follow the sound, darling. Tantalizes. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Yeah.
I like that little splash.
Still hypnotized by the music.
We have tonight. We have Mo in the deep end, and I will say, this story would not be possible had not Mo showed it to me. And well,
Mo, thank you.
Let's put it this way.
I mean, when Omaha Steaks makes a romance novel, I am there. You know, grill marks on my heart. Move over, Taylor Swift.
Hold up. Wait, what?
Yes.
Well, see, I actually watched the Friday morning show with Shizzy and Mo, so I knew what was coming, baby.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
It is certified tender. And Mo showed this to me. I was like, oh my God, Mo, can I use this? And she was like, oh, yes. Can I come on? I was like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
If they don't use like colorful steak references to Schmeckle, I will be so upset.
And it's going to get really spicy tonight, Mo. You have
I've been needing a spicy night. That's been really been
It won't just be the peppercorn.
That's right.
And you notice you've got a redhead over here.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
Saying.
Notice they didn't make her the butcher because you don't give redhead knives.
No.
True. Well, this is from Omaha Steaks, and it's certified tender by Bianca Tornadoes. Well,
You gotta understand tornadoes in Spanish.
Tornadoes.
Yeah,
the white tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
Oh, well, you know, I would.
I'm sure when she gets them tassels on, that thing starts spinning around.
Somebody turn on the ceiling fan? Oh, it's you.
And just so you know, there is no Bianca Tornadoes. Hey, how's it going? Oh, you guys are in for it tonight. Oh, so in for it. And it is copywritten here. So just so you guys know, it's copywritten. But you can order the whole book set from their company.
Oh my God, did Christmas come early? It's a Lenten miracle. For Mother's Day, I'm gonna size all of these books. Mama Mo's Children. I have a P.O. box.
Can you say stocking stuffers?
Something's getting stuffed, that's for sure.
Would you call them sausage stuffers then?
Yes, you
would.
would.
Just to go with.
Well,
I mean, I do make my own bratwurst at home, so.
Seeing we're starting out with a female, I'll give Mo the honors of Meet
Oh.
Kate.
Chapter 1, Meet Kate. Can't you turn the sound off? Kate sighed. And do what? Chloe smirked. Listen to the sound of rain. Speaking of which, if whoever has pissed off God, I'm going to need y'all to repent because, you know what? First of all, God didn't want to put me in charge of the first arc. And if I'm in charge of the second arc, possums are not making the cut.
Oh, come on.
Possums. They're so cute.
They
Until you
bugs and
almost run
stuff.
them over and then they go... Look, for something so useful, they look like demon armadillo / rats. I'm just
Without
saying.
the shell.
They don't have the armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're
Look, they're marsupials. They're not rodents.
little babies.
I don't think Mo cares.
So are kangaroos.
And they
But-
I wouldn't invite snakes either, or mosquitoes neither. So, I mean, again, I do a horrible job. God would be like, Mo, hey, I noticed that the possums aren't on here. And I was like, Lord and Jesus, now that you're both here.
I heard they can
tried to
swim.
I tried to institute an RSVP because I figured maybe the last arc we didn't have, Emily Post. And I was trying to be all nice. And would you not know that they did not RSVP yes or no, neither to the fish or the chicken? And I was like, I don't have time for this. And Jesus is going to be like, God saw you just not send out the invitations. And I'll be like,
the
shut
reason we don't
up,
have
Jesus.
unicorns, aren't
Always
you?
being,
Yeah, no unicorn.
Yeah.
always being a suck
There,
up. I see
there
how
would have
you
been
are.
unicorns.
And then
I
Mo
would have
got
had
involved.
3 unicorns and no armadillos. Okay, Kate rolled her eyes and took a sip from the steaming mug of coffee on the counter before wincing, not enough Baileys, and returning it to its place. Still too hot. That's why you add vodka, sweetie. She cast her eyes around on the large shop windows and rain-soaked street outside. The weather like this kept customers away. Well, maybe that's why you don't sell cat sweaters. But there was something to be said about a slow day in a bookstore that made time stand still.
Yes.
Well, if your time is standing still and no one's buying your books, it's not going to be a store for much longer, ma'am. You got bigger problems than romance.
As somebody who is actually in the process of writing stuff right now, yeah.
She loved it. Besides, Chloe continued, the sounds are fun. It makes it like a game. Swipe left, swipe right, and you get to save the princess. Ew, you posted a photo holding a fish? Well, I mean, they did said plenty of fish on the dating site. Maybe she assumed it was a fisher site.
Oh, that's how I met my wife.
It was the fly fishing section that really got me. She knew how to do her own, whatever those things are called, and she didn't.
It was
make a.
It was only Amish. It was only Amish. Yeah.
Well, hey, churning butter, churning other things. It's a multifunctional skill set right there.
I'm telling
Turn
you.
down for what?
Fish
Kate couldn't
tender.
help but laugh as she set her book down. Wouldn't that make you the villain in the game, not the princess? Look, I don't make the rules. It's a dating app, not a game. No, actually, it is more of a game than Candy Crush.
Yes.
Wish I'd have known
Those
that
are
at the
real
time.
people. If you're on a dating app and you're a dude, none of them chicks are real. I'm just going to
No.
tell you.
No.
No.
Now Chloe gave her older sister the familiar devilish grin before delivering her favorite well-rehearsed line. Men should be like cabs. They're when you need them at 2 a.m. in the morning and out of sight and out of mind the rest of the time. Oh, good. Miss
Actually, that's
Angie.
how they prefer it.
Oh,
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I don't see how
To be
that's
fair,
an
we
insult.
would appreciate you being seen and not heard.
No,
Would
we're
be
there
great.
just to give you a quick ride at 2 a.m. in the
Yeah.
morning, and then head on to the
Then
next one.
fuck
No, you
on
don't
off
understand.
towards
We
the-
have 3 others calling us. We can only be there a short time.
And it's
only
great if
one
they're willing,
man.
because then you don't have to play coyote.
That's right. Ooh, look at the time. Gotta go.
That hurts on the arm after a while.
It can only grow back so many times.
Kate shook her
I gotta
head and
go.
pushed her glasses back up her nose. Her sister had always been like that, cavalier and impulsive, and somehow men went crazy for it, because nothing says, well, a good lay like crazy. It's just, the felonies
true.
afterwards.
Facts.
True.
Yeah.
It's the restraining order and having to move to a different state.
Yeah, but you
There's
don't
only
know
50.
about the restraining order until afterwards.
Yeah, until you get roped
Not
in.
that I would know.
That's right.
Like that one Southern chick who got really famous for her mugshots this week.
Yes.
Yeah. She's from
If
Georgia.
that chick
She
doesn't
goes to
look
Georgia.
like she would boil your bunny and stab you while smiling at you,
Yeah.
then choose better.
Oh, you know what's so creepy about it? I actually think I saw her on the street.
Oh
Like
God.
I joke
didn't
not. I joke not because I was walking with my wife. We were going into this place to grab something to eat, and I was walking in front of my wife because she's just walking really slow and taking her time and smelling flowers and stuff. Who knows? I wanted to get some food and some beer. I was like, I had a mission.
Bitch, we ain't got
and as I
time for
walked-
this.
As I walked past, there's this blonde chick that had like walked around the corner, and as she's walking past me, I almost wanted to say, "Don't you go to UGA?" Because I swear to God, it was her. I swear to God, it was her. Because she had the
Well, she
same
can't
smile,
drive
the
no
same
more.
look in her eyes,
She's
and I
got
was just like,
18 speeding tickets.
that's probably why she was walking.
Well, it's pretty much
Probably.
a requirement at UGA to have some sort of, speeding ticket accident.
Oh,
Just
Yeah.
ask the football team.
Yeah, that's the football team. True.
fair.
She's going to be the next Shizzywhiznut.
Okay, has anyone seen that video?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
I watch it
Yes.
on a loop, and I cannot stop laughing every time she gets clotheslined by that man.
Yep.
It's just,
That wasn't a man.
It's
that
just-
was a woman.
Here's the thing,
either
though.
way, good clothesline tackle.
She was
Kudos to
and
the
it was like,
bailiff for the
"Arr."
quick response.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause that
a
was
lot quicker.
on top of her.
Second
Well,
time
she
was
kind
so
of
much faster.
telegraphed because she did this and then she hunched over and she was like, ratchet, 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 ratchet. I have no idea what she said.
Yeah, it's one of those like the demons are speaking. Then suddenly she just leaps up at. I'm like, okay,
And her
And
lawyer's
Jesus
just
said
like,
no.
It's a Tuesday.
I rebuke thee, Satan.
She got rebuked all right. She got rebuked hard.
Power of Christ compels you.
Look,
Power
I watched
Christ
that
had
for
a
maybe
clothesline.
5 minutes solid, just on a loop, laughing hysterically.
I have the same reaction to that video of like the guy who like clotheslines himself on a stop sign like in a parking lot like from 20 years ago.
Not that she could be bothered to care. She collected ex-boyfriends the way she collected ex-hobbies. Way to say your sister's a slag.
Yeah.
For real.
Katie tended to take things a little more seriously. Otherwise, she's not a hoe. That's why she was left in charge of the book nook after her parents retired to tropical climates. Okay, yeah, because the bookstore's doing so great because there's no
Yeah.
one coming in on a rainy day. Okay.
They hit the lottery and
Tax
didn't tell you.
It's also, she suspected, though she'd never admit it to Chloe, why her love life wasn't nearly as colorful. Hey, you know what? Beige is fine. Beige is still a crayon. I mean, it's not a fun crayon, but it's still crayon, okay?
It doesn't taste as good as the purple ones.
No, wait. We got to ask the expert. Yamaha was the beige ones taste like.
I have no idea. I like the green.
He likes green.
Yeah.
There you go.
Snosberry.
Snosberries taste like snosberries.
I suppose I would just prefer something a little more real. Well, they make dolls now. I mean, essentially, they're about the same thing. Kate said, something authentic and dependable. They have USB charging cords now. I think you'll be fine, sweetheart. They fit in your nightstand, and they won't take out the trash, but I'm sure Elon will work on that.
Hey, an
won't
escort
take out the
service
trash,
will
but they'll
get
sure
there
take
when
you
you
out.
need them to.
Hey, I mean, we only need you at 3 a.m. and to take out the trash.
There you go.
You're like
Yeah.
automated Roombas to us, really.
Except the ride is a lot longer.
Well, Well, yeah, that is fair. You mean like Dean? We don't talk about Dean. That man was dependable, Chloe teased. Dependably dull, like a ventriloquist dummy. Those things are scary, not dull. Without a hand up is... Well, I mean, he might have been more funny if he were being fisted.
Oh,
Maybe he liked that.
maybe he liked
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
I know,
Was
intolerance, Omaha Steaks.
We call this one the Muppet.
Oh, God.
Well, at least he didn't call it the Elmo.
Oh, no.
That's why his voice was so high. I was always wondering.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I get it. Kate interrupted, laughing. Face it, sis, you're in a rut. You reek of old books, takeout, and desperation, not cat piss. I mean,
Wow.
good God,
Wow.
That's a step up from
Hallmark
What a-
card.
what a
Like,
nice
that's like when
sister.
my mom would tell me, like, well, you know, I watched one of your streams and I don't get it. And I was like, well, that's okay. Maybe you shouldn't watch them because I make fun of you a lot in a lot of the streams. And I was like,
Look,
no, you're right.
we don't even get it.
It's-
And we're the ones that do this more often than not. I mean, come on, let's be real.
To be fair, I don't reek of anything, Kate replied, eyeing a half-eaten container of takeout pasta from lunch. You know what? Maybe you're right, though. Maybe I need a hobby. She scrunched up her face for a moment, thinking, and then she's like, YouTube. OnlyFans. You know, I've always wanted to sell bathwater to lonely men.
Hey, that's an idea.
That's another erotic book that I'll be writing later. Chloe looked up from her phone and arched an eyebrow. Mom said you're not allowed to use the oven without adult supervision. Oh, she's one of them new chicks. She's a modern woman.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. That was literally 2 weeks ago. Suddenly, Chloe sat bolt upright, possessed by an important realization. You know, the guys at the butcher shop around the corner have a smoker in the alley. It smells amazing when they're cooking.
Yes,
That's smoking,
it
not cooking.
Damn good.
That's barbecue.
You like that meat?
On second thought, you should totally learn to cook. I mean, at this point, if she's the crazier sister, what I would have said as the crazier sister is, go play with some meat. It'll be fun for you.
Exactly.
You'll remember what a sausage, is for. It'll be great. You'll learn how to cook. Might meet some gay men. I don't know what happens in the Tenderloin, but I think you might, if you go to the Tenderloin in San Francisco, you might be looking at the same men.
Just don't forget to wash your sausage because everybody loves a Quillian weenie.
Just because you want me to cook for you, and how do you know it's guys at the butcher shop? Because it's a butcher shop? Kate asked.
Moving on.
Sharp knives, smoked meat, and it's always guys. I'm liking the sister better. Where do we get her story?
For real.
Can I just say that whenever most guys get married and hit their 30s, I mean, your options are, World War II history or smoked meats, or both in my case.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my
Wow.
God, I'm trying to
I
figure
don't
out if
know.
I'm a man. No, I have boobs. Did check them in the mirror this morning. I'll be back with my, transition into manhood. There are,
Oh, good. You'll get 100,000 views.
Kate, fuck right on off. There are plenty of women butchers. Kate, this is why you don't have a man. No one wants a woman who reeks of cat and desperation and a feminist. I think I found the problem, Kate. I can explain it to you, but the shaved head already does.
I like a crazy, stinky librarian.
Well, what do you know?
That is a specific fetish.
That's real specific there.
I'm glad you found that out and laughed, and you just know that. That's so good for you.
I'd say
There's
not
somebody-
clean shaven, but okay, we're locking the door.
Dark area in the library.
There's somebody for everybody.
She thought a moment and took a long sip of her coffee, savoring the moment where it was at the perfect temperature. A smoker sounds like a big investment. Maybe I'll start with a steak.
How hard
Do you have
can
any
that be?
idea the science that goes into a perfectly done steak?
I think we're going to
she
find
doesn't
out.
either. That's why she's like, I'll just start with a steak because it's one of those
I don't know.
Look,
simplistic things that's so easy to get wrong.
the guys with the smoker is two dudes out here in East Knoxville in an empty parking lot with a smoker selling meats. So
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and honestly,
if that's
a
the
dude has a
case-
smoker and he's selling barbecue and he's not 400 damn pounds and built like a brick shit house, like how
feel
do you
attacked.
like? I mean, how are you gonna know?
Well, yeah, you got to know the meat's good.
well, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And the guy
I've
on
seen
the
the
front of the
footage.
romance novel looked he
Yeah.
looked slender.
Well, that's why we bring in Meat Nick, which I think is perfect for Volstorm.
Okay. Get your feet off the counter, Nicky. Little Nicky fell out of his chair at the sound of his uncle's booming voice before regaining his balance.
Like what?
Take a look at these beauties, Uncle Todd proclaimed, holding a tray of raw steaks like a proud father. Aged at least 30 days to perfection, USDA certified tender. You just don't find this kind of thing at a grocery store where you would find your pudding pops. Nick smiled
back
as he
pudding
watched
pops.
his uncle carefully place the steaks in the case. You know, like, you ever get that indoor grill in here? We can make it for lunch sometime. I'm just saying. You keep your hands off of my meat. Uncle Todd warned. Customers only. Besides, I let you put that smoker in the alley so you could smoke your menthols. Man, look out here. Nick gestured toward the front window. Full on thunderstorm. Can't cook in that.
You
You
ain't
want me to
trying,
get
man.
struck by lightning? Todd laughed. What I want is for you to stop smoking up all the damn inventory. This is a butcher shop, not a basement.
Oh,
Oh,
Man, you can't deny the smell brings in a lot of customers. Okay, that it does. Uncle Todd smoothed out his crisp white apron and put his hands on his waist, gazing out the window. A real downpour out here today. Nick smiled. He practically grew up in the family butcher shop and was always amazed at how his uncle managed to keep that apron supernaturally white all day long. He suspected he kept a stash of spares hidden and changed them out when no one was looking.
Nope,
Every
he's
now
just
and then-
Dexter.
Do what? Yeah, that's
Like
what I was
Dexter.
thinking too. Is this Dexter? Every now and then he tried unsuccessfully to find the stash in question.
oh yeah, everybody tries to find this.
I like
Uh-huh,
the
you always gotta find a stash. Without turning
Well,
away from
sometimes the ladies find the stash.
Gotta keep that shit locked up, bro.
No, you keep the stash proud and loud.
Oh,
Then
Without
is it a
turning away
stash?
from the window, Uncle Todd asked, "What were you so busy looking at that you had your sneakers all over my counter? You chatting with some new girlfriend or something?" Nick laughed. "How would I get a girlfriend? I spent all my time here with you, boomer." "Maybe that's a sign you need to get a life." "I have a hobby. I cook. That's not the kind of hobby where you meet people." Great food always has a way of bringing people together. Uncle Todd rolled his eyes. "Oh, the idealism of youth and the
You
lack
need to
of
use
knowledge of
roofies.
chloroform." Just then, Nick's phone buzzed with a notification. Oh, so it is a girl, his uncle teased. It's just a foodie forum, Nick said without looking up from his phone. You know, swap recipes, talk about favorite restaurants, foodie stuff.
I know why Nick isn't finding a girl. He's looking for another dude.
Yeah. Starting
He's
to wonder
shopping
about,
the correct
I
meat
think this
shop.
is more queer eye for the straight
starting to
guy.
wonder if maybe I should change his
Ooh,
voice a
maybe
little
it's gonna be
bit.
a throuple. Come on, 2 sausages, 1 pancake.
Ooh.
2 sausages, 1 bun.
It's gonna be more like an omelet. Once he gets a whole damn eggs, he's gonna jiggle it all up.
Oh, God.
Now I'm never gonna eat an omelet again.
Helicopter.
Hey, you know, if I were a boy, I'd be helicoptering all the time. Like, they'd be like, "Okay, Mo, we've seen it," and I'd be like, "But not with sparklers."
Look, it's doing tricks.
But look at the Dutch angle.
Uncle Todd laughed and shook his head before clapping Nick on the shoulder. All right, Nicky. If the rain doesn't let up, why don't you take off a little early? Because I have some things to do in the basement. Doubt we'll get a lot of customers in this downpour.
Oh,
Mm.
diva.
Oh,
I think that's perfect.
All right.
Chapter 3. Meet me online.
I got back just in time.
Oh, crap.
I'm going to turn my camera off. No.
Hands,
So where we
hand check.
can see them.
That's better.
How does a bookstore not have any cookbooks? Kate wondered, strolling the narrow paths through the shelves. You know, Mom never kept that kind of stuff around except for special orders. Chloe scoffed. Not much demand when everyone and their mother has a food blog. She
Best
held
of
up her
luck, Meghan Markle.
Yeah, exactly. She held up her phone and waved it in Kate's general direction. Her sister was right. Loads of fiction, some nonfiction, and a handful of resources for DIYers and
Dirty magazines.
dirty magazines, and people who were interested in starting a small business. Such
That's
as
why I call it
OnlyFans.
do it yourself, right?
That's right.
Yes,
That's what the dirty magazines are for.
That's right.
Small dirty business.
Oh my gosh, we should start calling it, instead of prawn, it would be do it yourself.
Yes.
DIY.
DIY.
FYI.
I made it myself, and Shake and Bake helped.
That's right. Shake and bake. And I helped.
Hey. Cookbooks and reference books were minimal at best or altogether absent. Fine. Kate pushed a strand of auburn hair away from her face and strode back to the desk behind the counter.
Knew it.
But I hate looking stuff up on my phone.
Don't I too? Now.
Help, I'm stuck under the bed.
Well, I mean, let's look at the facts here,
You
folks.
get back under there.
The bookstore has no
Oh, won't
reference
someone
books and
help
no
me?
cookbooks. It is a feminist It is a feminist store.
I say,
Yeah.
it's got to be full of like nothing but romance novels or something like that.
Well,
Is this a
yeah.
job for the big screen? Chloe teased.
Or the hub.
Big
Well,
screen.
Like booking plane tickets and paying my rent. Kate mused as she typed away on the old laptop keyboard. Slowly, her look of curiosity turned to frustration. Thousands of results, news results, blog results, professional chefs. She let out an exasperated sigh. How's anybody supposed to know where to begin? Oh, amateur, Chloe said. Move over, let me drive.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. I like where this is going.
That's right. You grab that.
Kiwi Farms, here we come.
Kate threw her hands up in resignation and leaned back as her sister crowded into the cramped space, leaning on the arm of the chair. Well, first, start with forums and message boards. Real answers from real people. The old search engines are all AI, garbage nowadays. Second, how are we even sisters? It's like you live in a cave.
Wait, even Ask Jeeves?
Oh, I wonder.
That bastard lied to me. Not again, damn it, not again.
Kate said nothing, responding by pulling the lever that lowered her chair, making Chloe lose her balance slightly. And third, Chloe continued without missing beat. Everyone knows the way to get answers quickly is to post the wrong thing and wait for someone to correct you.
No, that's a
See?
good way to get
Oh, yes,
spotted
the
on
comment
internet.
section.
She stood up and gestured at the screen. Gatsby Girl 83. Surprising my boyfriend with a steak dinner. Any advice on cooking a well-done filet mignon?
Ooh.
And what brand of ketchup should I use?
Oh, that is an insult.
Wait, I know this
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Trump, stop trying
Woof.
to use Gatsby Girl.
Oh, you remembered my favorite book, Kate teased. You do care.
Oh, I
Oh,
bet she
yes.
does, baby.
Just watch, Chloe said, beaming with pride. Sure enough, the responses started coming in quickly.
No, covfefe.
Ultimate Steak is in Ultimate Steak Ninja. Cheaper to microwave a baseball glove. Meet Maven. I guess that's one way to break up with someone. Shake my head. Abby Deer 0907. Oh, you sweet summer child. Frankie the Smoker 77. Ay, that poor man. Okay, I'm sure this will get the results you wanted, but admit it. You just wanted an excuse to humiliate me online, didn't you? Kate asked, getting impatient.
She's into it.
Omaha Steak guy. Relax. Nobody knows who you are. Just watch. Chloe repeated. And there's your guy. She pointed at the screen triumphantly. Omaha Steak Guy, 1917. Oh, just a friendly tip. Friendly tip. Filet
Just the tip.
mignon is best served medium rare. A few minutes on each side in a hot pan, depending on the thickness of the steak.
It's important.
To get a nice sear should do the trick. If you're a beginner, though, you might want to start with a top sirloin.
Ooh, she
It's
likes to.
not as expensive as where am I? I've lost
Billy.
myself. It's not as expensive
It's
as
on
a
Billy.
filet. So, if you do mess up, your wallet won't feel the pain. And they're usually cut just as thick. So they're hard to overcook. And if you really want to surprise your boyfriend, get a nice cut from a butcher instead of
Okay,
the grocery
Man.
store.
Yes.
would you rather see your woman in something impractical from Victoria's Secret, or would you rather that she went to a butcher?
Mm.
I'm just asking because I need to know for,
Butcher, the
my
baker, the
grocery.
candlestick maker.
You get to a point in your life where you'd rather have the good steak.
Yes.
Okay, what if I went Lady Gaga and made, like, out of Vienna
A meat
sausages
dress?
and spam a sort of bikini like
Okay.
Princess
Well,
Leia
the dog
with
would
Jabba the
appreciate it more than I would.
Yeah. So tell me, is Lady Gaga
I
going to
passed
cook
out
me
twice.
a steak? Is she going to cook me a steak? No, I don't think so. She's going to be feeding me Spam, and that'd be about all she can cook.
Okay. Also,
Besides, I'm not gay. Why would I like Lady Gaga?
well, I mean, you could be questioning. It is 2025. I'm not guessing no one's sexuality anymore.
Well, the only time I'm going to be riding the metro is whenever it's in Atlanta. Just saying.
Whenever it's
Even
a
then.
Geo.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's about it for me. Thank you.
I ain't riding the metro. I don't want to get pew-pewed.
I'd rather get pew-pewed than date Lady Gaga. Just saying.
I haven't taken public transit since Chicago, and I'm not going back.
Especially don't want to do it in Atlanta.
Can't find your way back.
Listen to Lady Gaga.
If you really want to surprise your boyfriend, get a nice cut from a butcher instead of the grocery store for a higher quality meat. And make sure you let it rest a few minutes after cooking.
Rest that meat.
It's got to
Gotta
recover.
rest that meat. Here's a pretty handy steak cooking chart so you can gauge your cook time. Steak cooking chart. Steak cooking times and temperatures. Your boyfriend's a lucky guy. Is that? Kate wondered. A nice person on the internet?
Russian bot.
You just gotta know how to root them out. Chloe grinned.
Like a truffle.
Well, now we've got
Take me home to
saying that we're talking about Yamaha steak meat.
Take me home tonight.
We're gonna have to get.
Let you go.
You said that has a just
Yamaha.
slightly different.
Time to steak me home tonight, Yamaha.
That's a slightly different connotation if you're Dracula.
It was the best steak he ever had. Don't give him
And the
garlic
last.
butter.
What would you like for dinner? I'll have the steak. No, you won't.
Stake me home tonight. Nick set his phone down on the counter and stared out the window, resting his chin on his hand, lost in thoughts of the wasted day. Hey, Nicky, Uncle Tom called from the back. Why don't you go ahead and get out there? No sense sticking around here. Get your sling blade and get some action going. Just then, the familiar old-fashioned jangle of the door chime sounded, and the rain blew inside along with what appeared to Nick to be a nearly drowned librarian.
There you go, Yamaha.
There she is. Oh, never mind, Nicky.
We found your woman.
Librarian.
I like some wet.
Pages are all stuck together.
Uncle Tom called. Help that customer. Then let's get out of here. Oh, yeah, don't let no witnesses see ya. I'm so sorry, she stammered, collapsing her umbrella. I'm just making a mess of your... She trailed off. Nick had seen that look before. From a lot of first-time customers.
Oh, my.
The surprise. The gleaming white subway tiles on the wall behind the counter reflected the bright lights from the ceiling. Old brick walls surrounded the rest of the shop, adorned with photographs of delicious-looking meals and old-fashioned signs emblazoned with Simon & Simon's, family butcher since 1970. But the centerpiece was this small group of display cases with neatly arranged meats, separated by type to avoid cross-contamination. Don't be crossing your
just
swords
whip it out
around
and
here.
Lay it on the counter.
We don't want no
It's halal.
cross-damnations.
We have no pork. No pork
Yeah.
here.
No pork. No
Gotta maintain those guidelines, you know. Can't have the health department shutting us down again.
Whenever people imagine a century-old butcher shop, they tend to think of something far dingier. Wait a minute, who's this? Is this Uncle again?
Nick.
No,
Nick.
it's Nick. Oh. Hi. Nick waved from behind the counter, standing up. Can I help you? He managed an awkward smile. He was a geek, too. She was pretty. For an ugly, wet librarian. But not in that obvious way of a woman who wants to be noticed for being pretty.
Wait, she was
Sean.
pretty, but it was subtle. Like, you know, it doesn't take a couple beers, and she is spectacular. Okay, she's a solid 6, and then if you are drunk, she is a 10.
Well, that's the problem. Is
Yeah.
she'll be drunk before you are, so she thinks she's a 10. But
Hey, it's always worked out for me and Mr. Mo.
Well,
I mean, hey,
hey,
if you find a 6 that can cook, that's worth a lot.
look, you can't complain with the results, Mo. You know? It's worked every time.
Half a dozen, and we're almost
That's
done
right.
with the incomplete set.
She almost seemed embarrassed by it. Yes, she said emphatically, pushing away a rogue wisp of auburn hair. She approached the counter. I need a sirloin.
You can keep your hands off my loins, ma'am.
Give me that tube steak, boy. Nick chuckled at her awkwardness and tried to shrug off his own. That's it, he replied. A top sirloin? She asked. I'm sorry, I know nothing about buying meat.
That's what all women say.
Nick
Times
laughed.
3 for body count for women, minus 20 as body count for men.
Nick laughed. Don't worry, I've got you. Top sirloins are right over here. Aged at least 30 days for tenderness. We carve these a little thicker. It
Baby, that meat ain't been touched in 30 days.
makes it harder to overcook, she whispered. Nick tilted his head. Yeah, I thought you said you didn't know anything about buying meat. Oh, I don't, friend. A friend told me what to ask for. Are these grass-fed? Is that a thing? Nick smiled. Pretty much all beef you buy in the U.S. is grass-fed to begin with. Now the good stuff, like what you'll get at a steakhouse, is grass-fed and grain-finished. It creates some marbling. She nodded along as he spoke. Wait a minute, who's this?
It's him.
Still Nick.
Her? Is this her? I don't know.
No,
No,
this is
no.
him explaining meat to her.
Look at
He's
these
a meat
ribeyes
artist,
over
if you will.
here. See those little flecks of white? I got excited. I was too soon. You walked in the door all wet and vulnerable. That's what we call marbling. Oh, but it's not fat. Oh, no, it is fat. No, that's fat. I swear it's fat. He looked up to see her visibly shrink away at the word. It's fat. but it's the good kind. Like what you get in avocados or olive oil. I swear.
Which you'll need later.
When you cook a steak, the fat melts, enhancing the flavors. And you only get that kind of marbling from grain-finished beef. This one is particular. It's a ribeye crown, and it's one of the richest. Most buttery bites of steak you'll ever experience. I swear. Come over here and get a bite.
I love that we've spent more time discussing the meat than what these people look like. It's like, but the steaks have great marble and like they could have a lazy eye. She could have a hair lip. We don't know.
Hey, baby, I don't care what you look like. Just taste of this meat. It's the best meat you've ever had in your mouth.
So rich.
So
Most
rich.
buttered by the steak.
So buttery.
So grass-fed is bad. Nick shrugged. It's not that it's bad. It just doesn't taste as flavorful. And you want to know a secret? A lot of the grass-fed beef you buy doesn't even come from America. Really? It takes a lot longer to get cows up to weight on a strictly grass diet. This guy's a fucking dork. And that's hard to do in
So is
places with
she.
great weather. You really need lots of land in year-round growing season for that amount of grazing. There aren't a lot of places in America that can accommodate that. So when you're buying grass-fed, it's probably coming from places like Australia or New Zealand. You know, where those little koalas who run around with chlamydia. But there's no crossing the meat there. If you want to support American ranchers, buy beef that's grass-fed, grain-finished. His eyes met hers.
Tariffs now.
Yeah. His eyes met hers for a moment,
Their eyes locked.
and he stopped blushing. Sorry if I kind of geeked out about this stuff.
And she went drier than the Sahara is the next line.
Oh no, she didn't.
Is that dust?
He didn't.
She
Yeah,
smiled.
no.
She smiled. You really know your meat. Like the back of my hand or the front of my hand, like Linda over here on my lefty Linda. Nick replied without.
Oh my god. Yeah, this guy's meat in his hand are well acquainted.
Like the palm of my hand. I mean the back of my hand.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Nick replied without thinking. Oh, she giggled. Her laugh was infectious and helped cool Nick's reddening cheeks.
And his face.
Oh my.
So, sirloins, he said, clearing his throat. See any you like? Zip. I got a handy tube steak right here.
Oh my god.
It's for sampling. She leaned
She's
across
like,
the counter
Vienna
and
sausages. I love those.
and Nick caught a faint scent of covfefe, old books, and vanilla. It was instantly comforting. Help, I'm stuck in the freezer lid. I'll trust your judgment, she said, standing up and pushing that wisp of auburn hair from her face.
Will you put a hair clip in your hair, lady?
I know,
How many
right?
times you gotta push a wisp of hair out of your face?
Would you like a sausage link cover to tie that back? I'm completely in your hands, but I'll take two just in case I mess it up. Sure thing. I'll wrap these up so you don't get waterlogged out there.
But like on
meat.
sunny days, he just hands you the steak and he's like, "Here, lady."
There you go. Just put that in your purse.
And make sure you pat them dry again with paper towels and season them well before you cook them.
Jesus.
She paid for the steaks, and Nick watched as she ventured back out into the storm. You see the way that girl looked at you? Wasn't like your first cousin Nancy now, was it? That's true love right there.
Staring at your
Came Uncle Todd's voice. Nick spun to see him leaning against the door frame, looking all wet and sweaty in his white glistening robe. How long have you been standing there? Nick laughed. Long enough. You're just gonna let a pretty little thing like that walk out of your life, boy? They don't come along easy like that very often.
Not without chloroform.
And even sometimes you still got to drag the body.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep a dolly with you. I mean, there's planning.
So
there's
wrong.
planning.
I mean, pat them dry is the least you got to do.
right. Towel them off at that point. Jesus.
Nick shook his head. Dating customers is a bad idea. All that cooking you do and nobody to share it with. Todd sighed. Guess we have to wait for the next family reunion. What a shame.
Look, she's in there, you're in there, the two you ain't got laid in a while. You just need to go make it happen.
Well,
Slice
chapter
and dice.
chapter 5, Kaiser. Do it
Right.
Really
'Cause
is a
just in case you
feminist.
have to go early, I want you to be able to read.
Okay. That I would
Oh,
appreciate
it's a
that.
bris. It's
Hey,
a
and this is
royal.
an American story, so no Winston Churchill, okay?
I hadn't planned on it, but now I'm just, I'm thinking about it.
Now the
Thanks.
entire chapter as
Yeah.
Winston Churchill.
Yes.
Fine. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. cut him off.
Okay, Abu from
Yeah.
Simpsons.
I got this, guys. I
Oh,
got
okay.
this.
Sorry, I thought we were given direction.
No. I got this.
Okay.
Chapter 5. Slice and dice. Kate burst into the book nook like a whirlwind.
Chloe, you would never guess what I did last night. Read in your diary, talked to your cat, and cried into your bowl of instant noodles.
Came her younger
Ooh,
sister's
she's a
reply.
bitch. I like this sister.
Kate ignored the insult and leaned on the counter, palms flattened.
I made steak.
And just like that too.
Chloe looked up from her phone and arched her eyebrow.
Nittany Kit firefighters.
No, because there was no fire and it was delicious. And that guy at the butcher shop was incredibly helpful.
Ew.
Chloe scrunched up her face.
Butchers kind of creep me out. Sharp knives, strong hands, bloody aprons. You know how many people do you think are like hanging on hooks in the back of that shop?
What do you think about pudding pops?
Why are you such a psychopath? It's all like those true crime podcasts you listen to.
Kate laughed.
For your information, the butcher shop was incredibly clean and cozy, and I learned a stuff about meat. Well,
Said Chloe.
I'm proud of your sis. You didn't die. Maybe you should hit that city forum and thank the knight in digital armor that pointed you in the right direction.
Kate said.
I think I will. There aren't enough people in this world being kind online, and that deserves a thank you.
She slid into the chair behind the desk and waited as the ancient laptop groaned to life.
That's not true. There's plenty of nice people on YouTube and Twitter. Come on.
We need that dial-up sound, the AOL sound. That you have mail.
You've got mail.
Welcome.
Gatsby Girl 83. At Omaha State Guy 1917. Thanks for the guidance. You were a lifesaver. Hope all the good things happen to you today. Kate was arranging a new display in the front window. About an hour later, when Chloe gave a shout.
Kate, oh, I got the wrong one. Kate, your stalker responded. Grow up, you weirdo.
Kate shook her head as she walked back to the desk. She couldn't help but feel a small thrill to see what he had to say. Omaha State Guy 1917 at Gatsby Girl 83. Happy to help. Was your boyfriend impressed with your cooking skills?
Oh, God, thank you.
Oh. Did you use propane and propane accessories so you can taste the meat, not the heat?
Did you use propane?
You just gotta use all the good quality propane there, little lady. We don't do charcoal up in this house.
Great, but what do I say to that?
Kate asked. She had forgotten about the boyfriend cover story.
It's 2025. You can date and have a boyfriend.
Tell him, and like, you tell him he loved it, and then you tell him to get lost. See, it's the people like you who make the internet a hostile place. I'm just gonna tell him the truth. Oh my God, never tell the truth.
Chloe practically screamed.
That's like how you end up on a podcast with people saying, she had a smile and could light up her room when they talk about you.
She made a slicing motion across her throat.
True crime.
Screw Kate. Let's hear Chloe's story. Chloe sounds much more badass. Like,
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my. Gatsby Girl 83 at Omaha State Guy 1917.
Haha. No, boyfriend. My sister made that up. She has a theory about posting the wrong thing to get the right answer.
Omaha State Guy 1917 at Gatsby Girl 83. Your sister sounds like a smart lady.
Wait, he said I'm smart?
Chloe craned her neck, looking at the screen.
Oh my gosh, you're impossible.
Kate laughed.
And with that, in his name, you think he's local?
Chloe asked.
Or he's from that, like, a big fan of that, like, steak company.
Gatsby Girl 83 at Omaha State Guy 1917.
Not sure about smart, but I'll reserve judgment. After all, it's a matter of infinite hope. A matter of infinite hope?
Chloe asked.
Like, what's that supposed to mean?
Kate shook her head.
All these years and you haven't read The Great Gatsby.
Chloe punched her shoulder.
Like, what happened to being kind online? Kind to strangers, not to annoying little sisters.
so who was the Mary and who was the Rhoda? Because
Yeah, question.
Yeah.
staking it up a notch.
Staking it up a notch. Chapter 6.
Yes.
Yes, we got to stake it up a notch.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh,
Oh.
if you make lyrics to say Elmo's Fire, I think we got like the best next rock ballad ever.
Yes.
Staking it up a notch.
Yes.
Staking it to the limits.
Taking it to the limits one more time. Well, Nick leaned across that counter, resting on his elbows. It was another rainy day, which meant the traffic was slow and the smoker would just have to wait. Some people don't mind smoking in rainy weather, but Nick always felt like the rain and the humidity affected the flavor, at least the foodie form, provided welcome distraction. Omaha State Guy 1917 at Gatsby Girl 83. A matter of infinite hope, huh? Why do women always love the tragic stories? Gatsby Girl 83, Omaha State Guy 1917.
I don't know. Why
Because-
was Thornbirds big? I
Because
figured it
they're
was
like
the 80s.
so beautiful and full of longing and hope. But you get bonus points for recognizing the quote. Omaha
like
State
we're
Guy
watching the
1917 to
court
Gatsby Girl 1983. In the interests of full disclosure, I didn't recognize it. I looked it up. Sorry. I've never actually read The Great Gatsby. Figured it would get assigned to me at some point in school, but it never did. I saw the movie on an airplane. Does that count? Gatsby Girl, 83 to Omaha State Guy, 1970. It absolutely does not count.
Wait a minute. Does anyone find it odd that her idea of romance is a chick leaving her husband and wife to get run over drunkenly by another while she's leaving her husband for another dude?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and she loves him now because he has money.
Yes.
She is a feminist. I love it. Never mind. Go with what you know, babe. Go with what you know. Sylvia Plath also is a good thing. You might want to check that out. Just don't go
Yeah.
to rivers.
She's really good at cooking.
Stone soup.
What you laughing at there, Nicky? Uncle Todd asked, sliding some pork chops out of the case. Nick had
That's a
been so
euphemism I
engrossed
haven't
with
heard
his
before.
phone, he didn't even hear his uncle come in. Nothing, just a cat video. Kids. Uncle Todd sighed, handing Nicky the tray. Why don't you pack up these here and bring them to Miss Voss at the dress shop down the street and toss in a couple of francs for her kids. That's curve. She knows they don't like
Not
the pork
appropriate.
chops, but she just keeps asking for them. The dress shop was only a couple blocks away, but the walk took a little extra time as Nick split his attention, posting a reply and dodging the puddles. Omaha State Guy 1970 to Gatsby Girl 83. Okay, it looks like I have a reading assignment. By the way, I forgot to ask what side you are serving with your steaks. That can make or break a meal. If you need a quick and easy side, you can just grab some frozen fries from the grocery store and cook them in the same pan used for cooking the steaks while they're resting. It's kind of a cheetah's version of steaks and fried. Or you might have a little more time, roast some seasoned veggies on a bacon sheet. By the time he got back to the butcher shop, there was already a response waiting. Gatsby Girl 83 to Omaha State Guy 1917. Thanks for the tip. Now that I've mastered sirloins, I thought I'd try my hand at filet mignon. You got any recommendations? Omaha State Guy 1917 to Gatsby Girl 83. I dig the enthusiasm. Tenderness is the key with the filet mignon. There are even USDA certified tender. That means they're actually tested to make sure that the most tender steaks you can possibly get. If you're up to a tiny challenge, here's a classic recipe that you can cook in about a half an hour. A filet Diane with roasted garlic mashed potatoes recipe. And a woman, let me just how it goes. 18. And here comes the meet and greet just for the Mo.
Let's go, Mo.
Yes.
Okay, here's my problem with her. She hasn't noticed that the Sullivans and Sons deli is the same, started the same year that, his Omaha State Guy thing, had the last four numbers of. Because she's going to act stupid and it's going to bother me when it's such an obvious thing.
Oh, yeah.
Mo.
You're
It's a
really
story.
thinking that deeply
Come
into
on.
the story.
Mr. Mo
Yeah.
hates watching movies with me. He's
Look.
like, just look at the pretty colors. And I'm like, that doesn't exist in real life.
You're getting way too deep into the story. I don't even know what the fuck we're talking
Back
about.
away from the true crime. Back away.
Chapter 7, Meet and Greet. Filet Diane. This really is a true crime show. Chandler Holderson and the Green Egg. Filet Diane. Not my mom's cooking, or my mom, but just as good. Sounds fancy, Kate grinned. Sounds old-fashioned. Chloe rolled her eyes. Wait a minute, you're glowing. That uranium's looking great on you. You've got a crush on this guy. Well, I'm pretty sure he's gay. He talks a lot about meat, and I don't understand him.
Hey.
Don't be ridiculous.
Wait to hear part 2.
It's all
You
about
can't
the
have a crush on
sampler.
someone you've never met. Seriously, chick, that's like every 14-year-old girl. But okay. You've been on the laptop all day, and you don't have any spreadsheets open. How many messages are in that thread between you and the meat guy? I don't know. Counting? I'm a girl. Kate shrugged. I'm not wasting my time going back and counting them. I don't have flip-flops on. After 10 is going to be unclear. If it's too many to count, then he's not just some guy on the internet. No, he's a really weird guy on the internet who continues to talk about steak. Winner. The mental gymnastics you perform could get you a gold medal. You noticed. Kate replied, it's getting a little late. You good to close up here? If I leave now, I can hit the butcher shop and then grab some of the other stuff for this recipe. Chloe looked offended. I'm a socialist? And that means I don't work? I take your work and I can blame it as mine?
Hello, class before. I'm sorry.
I've been the only one helping
Yes,
customers all day while you've been distracted with digital dudes you like meat cuts. I mean, his pan sausage, you haven't even sent dick pics. Honestly, lady, you should probably know. Wrong meat forum, just so you know, if you're in Reddit and you start sausage forum different. Learn that on Reddit. Chloe looked at... Oh
my.
When you
Obviously,
get here,
I'm-
we're going to have a talk. when you come down here for Dollywood, we're going to have a talk.
Yes.
Oh, you gonna be at Dollywood?
Okay, yeah, now, I know this trick. I have already had many pastors try to spray me with holy water. I don't melt,
Oh no,
and I float
we
in
don't.
water, so I am a witch.
Mo, we don't give you holy water. No,
Oh, no.
no,
Fire
no, no,
water.
no.
Fire,
Fire water.
Fire water, not holy water.
Holy crap, Mr. Mo and I'll be in totally different states, so I can drink and not get pregnant.
That's-
I mean, in theory.
Well,
Win-win.
don't rule out the possibilities, Mo.
Baker will be
It's gonna be real
there.
hard to explain.
Baker
that.
will
will
be
be
there.
there.
He's been known to look at women and automatically they're pregnant. So just saying.
Right.
Well, we'll just say
Not
it's
out of the woods
Elon's,
yet.
and we'll try to get Starlink out the whole business anyway. He's gonna be real confused. I'm the only person that's not a crazy socialist he hadn't slept with. He's gonna be like, "Are you sure we slept together?" I'd be like, "Elon, you were full of Diet Coke. I was full of Coke Zero. Things happened."
One thing leads to another.
Now give me Starlink, and you can name him Cosine Tangent Messiah. I don't care. I'll raise him, but I'm gonna need Starlink.
Tangent aside.
But let's see. Obviously, I am good to close up. You're the best. Kate smiled and hurried out the door. As she rounded the corner, she stared at the ingredient list on her phone, making a mental note of what she already had at home: cat piss and vinegar. And what she needed to pick up. The embarrassing truth was that her pantry mostly consisted of random sauce packets from takeout restaurants and a few
wrong with that?
granola bars. I mean, sounds like my pantry after the kids get through there. It is like a pack of locusts. Like, forget Prince of Egypt, you know, when it's like, bring the plague, bring the floods. It is like my children and a box of Pop-Tarts, and all you hear is like, we've been here 40 years, something, something. They go through, there is a cloud of dust, and then there is an empty box of Pop-Tarts there. Just still in my pantry, though, holding pride of place there.
Look, when you're running out of ideas and you open up the refrigerator and there's plenty of Arby's sauce in there, you are good to go.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Let's see. She picked
right
up
here.
most of what she, or what was on the list, but she was excited for this adventure. Last night had been a flawless success. Yes, steaks for 2 for 1. You're not a sad,
Yes.
lonely woman.
That's what I do. I mean, come on. Wife goes
It
out
was
of town.
like-
I'm picking up a couple steaks.
Leftovers.
Mhm.
Oh, see, and if everyone's out of the house, I'm just enjoying the quiet. I'm ordering Uber Eats, and getting me steak and shit.
There you go.
Oh yes.
It had been the best steak she'd ever eaten. Probably, she thought, because she had cooked it herself. Take that, Mom. Passive-aggressive bitch. Love you. See you next Sunday. She was feeling absolutely unstoppable for the first time in a long time when she ran headlong into a massive obstacle. Welcome to my life. Like, you know when you're feeling like really good about yourself, that's when God decides to humble you by reminding you that the camera on the self-checkout exists. And you're like, oh, well, I look like that drowned wet librarian, but someone will find me attractive.
No, it's bad enough they have the camera, but when they have the camera and the video monitor to where you can see yourself, it's disturbing.
Yeah, seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
you
oh,
feel good about
God, I
yourself
look
till
like
you
that.
see yourself in the self-checkout, and you're like, well, at least town villagers didn't follow me with pitchforks and, torches, so
Yet.
on balance, okay. She was so distracted by her excitement and the recipe that she hadn't noticed the man coming around the corner at the same time, equally distracted by something on his phone. And when they collided, well, that's a lawsuit, the phone leaped from her hands and landed on the sidewalk a few feet in front of her. And she said, I watch LawTube and I know lawyers, so are you going to pay me for that? And she ended up in a puddle. And that's when she called Nate the Lawyer's Injury Repair Center. Because we'll fight for the money that you deserve. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, he exclaimed. Are you all right? Her mind immediately went to her phone. Please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. And let this be a rich dude. Not gay, not gay, not gay. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Big money.
Stop on a whammy. Oh.
Womp, womp, womp,
Here, let me
womp.
help you. He picked up her phone and offered a hand that she gladly accepted. And just like that, she was back on her feet, looking into the chestnut-colored eyes of the guy from the butcher. She didn't remember his name. She's like, hey, the guy that plays with meat all the time. Because that would be what comes out of my mouth.
My name's Jeffrey. Jeffrey Dahmer.
I mean, like the guy that cuts the meat up all the time. Not like in
Hello,
a Jeffrey
Clarice.
Dahmer way, but like in a fun way. Like you get paid for it and not put in jail way. That would be my entire conversation.
I just liver with lava beans and a nice Chianti.
Oh, hey, Red, he said. Good to see you again. You too. Your name, Line? Who are you? She trailed off. How did those steaks turn out? I don't know you, and this is not your purse.
That's not my purse. That's my purse.
Steaks? She fumbled for words, still quite slightly dazed from the collision. You didn't get a concussion, ma'am. I think you understand what a steak is.
Well, she
Yep,
ran
there
into
is-
his meat.
That's right.
It was a wallaby. Becoming increasingly aware of the cold rainwater soaking through the bottom of her pants. Oh, the steaks. Yeah, my ass is completely moist, but not in a good way, more like in a rainwater way. But I mean, you're cute enough. I'm sure it would have been in another way if, we'd had longer and you didn't constantly talk about meat products. They were perfect, thank you. He laughed and nodded. Good, I'm glad to hear. Here's your phone. It doesn't look broken, but if it's just, stop by and I'll pay to replace it or repair it, whichever you prefer. She reached out for the phone, and for a split second, she thought about introducing herself, but then she decided just to verbally vomit awkwardly in his presence, and then he would just become so insanely aroused that, things would happen. At least that's what happened with Mr. Moe, and I was just like, look, sold, and we were married the same day. And then
Quick
Chloe thought in her
decision.
head,
I like that.
sharp knives, strong hands, bloody aprons.
Ooh.
It's like if Jack the Ripper had a
Hey,
LinkedIn
we've all got our
profile.
Kink. We all have a kink,
I mean, I would have gone sharp knives, strong hands, clean apron.
Yeah, it was clean.
She looked up at him for a long moment, then took the phone and said, thank you, and hurried on her way. Oh, she does have low-level skills of interpersonal, relationships. Like, hi, I think you're really cute. I'm just going to avoid you now for the rest of the year.
Stick a chance, 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 stick a chance.
Stick a chance on
Take a
you.
chance.
Take a chance on. No, then we need to ask,
puns.
do you go A1 sauce next?
A1 sauce is for people who don't know how to cook a frickin' steak.
Oh, you know who's up next.
All right, let's go. Hi.
Take us to church, Bellstorm.
Well, hello there. My name is Nick. Hi there. I'm Nick, and you are. Nick leaned down and planted his face on the counter from sheer stupidity, staring down through the glass at the steaks, chilling in a perfect line. I am such a doofus. Hey, doofus! When you get done introducing yourself to the ribeyes, I could use some help back here. Nick headed to the back just in time for Uncle Todd to shove a tray of bistro steaks into his hands.
What the hell is a bistro steak?
I don't know, but
It's a,
Is that a ship like
ha-
the Bistro
it's
Mass?
half
What?
the quality of the meat and 3 times the price.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's
They
French.
sell them at bistros. These are for the case, and when you get back, I got some ribs for the smoker. He gave Nick a wink and a clap on the shoulder. Nick carefully lined the steaks up in the case. Uncle Todd was always very particular about how they should be displayed. People eat with their eyes first, he always said. But Nick's eyes kept finding their way back to his phone. No notifications.
Candy Crush is a cruel mistress.
Candy Crush is a cruel mistress.
yes.
That's why I dress it up, because the girls eat with their eyes first.
2 words that meant Gatsby Girl 83 was either busy or had lost interest in the conversation. Just as well, he thought. She's probably on the other side of the world anyway. Probably runs a YouTube channel that nobody watches. He tried to push her out of his mind, but he just couldn't shake the feeling there was a real connection there. You know that redhead was in here yesterday right after you left, Uncle Todd said, coming out to inspect the case. He made a face and moved the sirloin a few centimeters to the left because that's the way he dressed.
No.
I think she might like you. Looked disappointed to see me. I don't know why. I'm a hell of a man. Oh, Nick said. No, I bumped into her outside. She looked disappointed. It's probably my fault. I thought I might have broken her phone, but I definitely knocked it down into the puddle. She's all wet and everything because of me. Todd turned and gave Nick a disappointed look. What's the matter with you? Were you raised by wolves or something? Actually, I was raised in a butcher shop. It was an accident.
I was
though.
raised in a village down by the river.
On a steady diet of government
We're gonna
cheese.
say it was raised by wolves.
A steady diet of government cheese.
Tell me
Anyway.
you at least got her name this time. And that's why I am a doofus. Oof. Maybe spend less time looking at your phone and look more time looking around. You're gonna miss something real and authentic out here in the world, my boy.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. The next few days were business as
Meat
usual.
market.
Hey, she claimed, if she bought them, they are authentic.
That's right. She bought them from a butcher shop, so they are authentic.
Is that where you buy them now?
That's where you got to get the best meat.
Yeah.
And you only buy top filet because it's got the marbling.
That's right. That's right. The next few days were business as usual. No replies from Gatsby Girl 83 and no more run-ins with the redhead. So he struck out with 2 women. At least the weather had improved. He had a chance to smoke the ribs and a shoulder.
Aw, the true romance. A man and his griller or smoker.
That's right. And
That's
some
me.
wings.
At least the smoker won't leave me.
Smoke before hose.
The smoker's always here to smoke my meat.
It's low and slow. Its
Low.
flame will never go out.
That's right. Its flame burns eternal. He had a
And
brisket
aged with
going,
hickory.
and it was starting to smell amazing when he heard the familiar buzz of a notification vibrating his phone. Gatsby Girl 83 at Omaha State, 1917. You set a tiny challenge. Someone should buy you a dictionary. Omaha State guy. I know a nice little bookstore in my neighborhood. I'll stop by and get one. I picked up a copy of Gatsby the other night. You were right. It's better than the movie.
Oh God, he's already lying in the relationship. This isn't good.
Uh-huh. Well, it's online, so of course he's lying.
Yeah.
Gatsby Girl 83. If you can't trust a stranger on the internet, then who can you trust?
Yep.
More like, if you can't trust a stranger on the internet, who can you trust?
It's ma'am.
Now.
Yeah, they haven't even exchanged photos. I mean, she could be like 400 pounds and have a lazy eye. And, and you go out to a first date and you don't want to be mean or nothing, and you're trying to figure out which eye to follow.
And her middle
And if
name's
the booth
Lucky.
is reinforced.
Mo, it's probably a dude.
They call me
Hey,
Lucky.
I took a girl to her prom she had a lazy eye.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with that? She was
I'm waiting for the
absolutely
punchline.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
too.
I am too.
Like,
gorgeous. What? I mean, it was fun talking to her.
She was both looking up and not looking up at you after the prom.
oh,
Is
God.
that what you're saying?
She eased your autism by not making direct eye contact fully.
Yes.
You're my date. Stop eyeballing them other boys.
Well, she could see.
Would you kill
could see
Jesse
both-
for?
She could see
She was
both
the
my
best
balls.
lookout ever. She could look here and around the corner at the same
That's
time.
right.
Exactly.
Never been more confused than,
That's why you have her in the
We
back
always
alley.
like
She
to
could,
have
she
her
could
on
do the
point.
job
She
and be
could
the
see
lookout.
what's coming around the corner.
So how was the fillet, Diane? It didn't give you too much trouble, I hope. It might have taken me a couple of tries, but I got it. Didn't even ruin that many steaks. Found an old family butcher shop in my neighborhood with certified tender fillets. They were delish. Are you a professional chef or something? Maybe one day. Would love to open my own restaurant, but I don't even know where to begin with something like that. Oh, you should check the bookstore you mentioned. They probably have all kinds of books on how to open a business. Sorry, I geek out about bookstores and OnlyFans. If you've got a dream, you shouldn't let anything keep you from it. Every day you're working on is one day closer to achieving it. Oh, Jesus, block.
I mean, it's so much better than screw you reality, which is what I was going to say.
Nick smiled at that last line. How strange to meet someone kind on the internet, he thought. That should be your first red flag.
Yeah.
That's a
Maybe
serial
she's
killer
right.
there.
The only thing holding me back is myself.
Do you have
Oh,
both your
no.
kidneys?
Oh, boy.
Do you
I'm
do
stuck
you have a
right
kidney to
away.
spare? Emma,
Do you
yeah,
like
what if you could hop into
icicle
this bathtub of
baths?
ice?
Oh.
Just lay real
that
still,
kidney.
man.
Ooh, chapter 9. Take my breath away.
Here we go.
Oh, holy smokes, I'm starving. And that smells amazing. Chloe gasped. Why do you torture me like this?
This is not a cure for erectile dysfunction, let me tell you.
Speak for yourself.
Kaiser's getting excited. He's already dreaming of tater tot casseroles, bitch.
Okay, don't go to IKEA then. 'Cause
Well, get that Wisconsin 9, you know.
See, your problem is you think everything's about you. Kate smiled. It was late afternoon, and the smell of the smoker from the alley had been a steady presence in the bookstore for the last few days. Well, just find yourself something to keep yourself busy. Take a look at this recipe I found. I'm thinking of trying it tonight. Oh my gosh, I should have never told you to get a hobby. Now you and the butcher shop are torturing me. You know, your butcher buddy was in here the other day after you left. You didn't tell me he had such a superhero's mild manner alter ego vibe. Oh my, just a good wholesome Clark Kent type. He didn't say much, just bought a copy of The Great Gatsby and left. No wonder you like him. Chloe grinned mischievously. Oh, now knock it off. He's nice, Kate said. If he's so nice, why didn't you introduce yourself, she thought. Maybe you didn't introduce yourself because he is nice. Kate silently battled herself, her tendency, I'm just making up words here, to overthink. I'm just adding to it. When her sister interrupted with another outburst. Oh, I'm about to just go over there and demand a bite, Chloe said.
you do it, Pam. You deserve it.
That's right.
Well, what happened to sharp knives, strong hands, and bloody aprons? Kate teased. Chloe leaned forward dramatically and looked Kate in the eye. Oh, right now, I would do diabolical things for whatever they're making over there. If I die, I die.
Okay, now all of a sudden with this
Men.
voice, I'm turned on.
There's a thin line between hangry and homicidal. So you're riding a thin
Just gotta walk
line
that
for
fine
sure.
line.
When she said
'Cause, I mean,
diabolical
we
things,
will do
I
a
was
bunch
like,
of things
all right,
for a Klondike
all right.
bar, but we
All
will
right, I'm
also
in.
stab you for
I've
Klondike.
never wanted to choke myself on a tube steak so bad.
Oh, Janet Reno, I miss you.
Keep the cord from the blinds
Caitlin.
away from yourself there, David Carradine.
David Carradine, last acting part.
I promise not to say her smile could light up the room at your funeral. And just then, the door opened, bringing with it a waft of the outside air and the intensifying the smell of brisket. Kate and Chloe both looked up to see the guy from the butcher shop standing in the doorway. Chloe elbowed Kate in the ribs, and Kate jumped to her feet. Well, hi there. Too enthusiastic. Tone it down, she thought. Can I help you? Oh, wait, this is a dude's voice. Oh, hey, Red. He smiled. I didn't realize you worked here. How's your phone? Broken? Kate shook her head. No, somehow it came out unscathed. He nodded and visibly relaxed. Good to hear. An awkward silence hung in the air, and Kate fought the urge to laugh as he realized he was still standing in the doorway. Appearing to regain his wits, he approached the counter and said, I was wondering,
Do you have any books on starting a business?
Weird. I just had a conversation about that with somebody else. Right this way. What kind of business are you starting?
Mo is seething right now.
Yes.
Seething.
The fucking logic that out of the internet, these two assholes are going to find each other and then not realizing that they're talking to the same two assholes. I hate them both and want them to die by being hit by
Don't
an
you
asshole.
understand?
Why can't you
They're too dumb to
understand?
live. Okay, they're too dumb to live. They can't.
Or breathe. Please don't
Or
breathe.
breathe.
Please don't breathe.
Please don't breathe.
I'm surprised neither of them have choked on their own spit for getting to swallow.
Your children will have the dumb.
He suddenly looked embarrassed.
Oh, I'm thinking of opening my own restaurant. It's just a dream right now. Kind of silly, to be honest. But, you know,
Yes.
someone told me that every day you're working on it, you're one day closer to achieving it.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
Bob Ross also said happy trees, but we all can't make paintings on saw blades and make a living out of it, okay?
I love it when she does that voice. Mm.
I was gonna say, do you need a towel over there?
Stranger on the internet.
Well, then,
I
who
wash
can
my
you
shop
trust?
towels. I got plenty.
Do they die by an asteroid in the next? I cannot.
Hey,
Oh, the
figured
next
out
one?
where Yamaha's been. He's been washing his shop towels for weeks.
Eventually, those
Frozen
things
hand-
just don't come out.
Cracks and stared,
He hand scrubs them.
gripping the edge of the counter until her knuckles turned white.
Mhm.
Omaha Steak guy? Nick stopped, looking like he had just tasted the best steak of his entire life.
Gatsby girl.
Suddenly, he could hear Uncle Todd's voice
All
in
the
his
two
memory,
dum-dums got together. Hey,
Aw.
teasing him about not having anyone to
stupid little
cook for.
children.
That was it, he thought. No more missed chances.
I'm Nick.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Nick. I'm Kate.
Kate, I would love to cook you dinner sometime.
Cook you for dinner.
Yeah, that's what I was
Exactly.
Well,
That would make a much better book at this point, to me, if I'm honest.
Suddenly bridge the true crime aspect.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh,
Mm.
God,
Wait.
no.
I'd like that. I'll bring the wine. What kind of wine goes with steak?
Auntie.
Red. Red is good.
But see, I didn't end there, Mo, just so you know. I created part 2, Rare Secrets.
Oh boy.
Serious?
It's seriously suspicious.
Surprise, man! Welcome to
Surprise! There's more.
Be proud. Well, I mean, this
What?
is
Wait,
going
there's
over
more.
better than me showing up in saran wrap for the postal worker. To be fair, I have never had to sign for anything ever again, so genius or issue? I mean, you answer that question.
If you don't have sun for it anymore, that's a bonus.
I know. I just get meds put in the box, and I have to keep a little bit away from the door from the restraining order. But honestly, best use of cling wrap I've seen in years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Ah, Yamaha, you get to start us out.
So let me get this straight. Kate said, placing her glass of red wine on the table. You've worked in a butcher shop your whole life. You can identify marbling blindfolded, and not just those little white specks. And you still don't know how to dance? Nick shrugged, reaching for the skillet. You'll never need it to waltz in the meat cooler.
Down, Jocko, down.
Kate laughed, resting her chin in her hand and watching him sear the fillets like it was a sacred ritual. She couldn't believe this was her life now. Dinner with a guy who actually read The Great Gatsby after she told him to. A man who cooked like a Michelin chef, whatever.
Chief Michelin.
Something.
Hey, I'd
But
watch
blushed
that
like a middle schooler. Because he's still a virgin. They came a long way. The tube steaks don't count. From online aliases and soggy umbrellas. But just as Nick plated the steaks and garnished them with a sprig of rosemary, his phone buzzed twice. He checked the screen, and something about the way his face changed made Kate freeze. What's wrong? He hesitated. It's probably nothing. Just a message from my uncle.
Renfield, come home.
He put the phone back in his pocket with a forced smile. But Kate had already seen the preview on the screen. Unknown number.
Uh-oh.
Still, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is someone else.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh. Still keeping secrets. You thought you were done with that? She raised an eyebrow. You sure that was your uncle?
How close are we to Kentucky?
Yeah. Nick took a long breath. Okay, maybe there's something I haven't told you. Kate crossed her arms, her appetite fading. That long, slow tube steak fading into the sunset.
Long, slow tube.
Hey, that's my memoir.
Nick.
Slow
That's
tube
your
steak.
memoir.
Working draft. Got a couple
Nick,
things
are you
done.
actually a professional chef? He blinked. No. She stared. He quickly added, but I think I might just be a butcher. I might not be a butcher either.
Oh.
And here comes Jeffrey Dahmer. Outside, the sound of a
Mo
slow
gets her
drizzle
wish.
began to tap against the windows. Inside, the wine sat untouched.
Oh, well, this is not my story then.
She would
Kate
have
leaned
finished half
in.
the bottle.
2 bottles
I'd
later.
be like, okay, bottle here. All right, what's it? So, gay, lesbian, furry, foot fetish. What are we talking about here? 'Cause some are
Oh, it gets
negotiable and
good.
some
It
are
gets
okay.
really good. You're going to be surprised.
Furry. it
Start
is.
talking, Mr. Omaha Steak Guy. What kind of cut are you hiding?
No, that's why you dip your finger in it and put it on your lip, and then you can tell
Oh
if it's
my.
cut with anything. At least that's what I learned on cable.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, y'all. Guys are...
Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Chapter 2, The Marbling of Deceit. Kate didn't blink. Steaks on the table hissed into cast iron like they were trying to warn her. Don't fall for the pretty face with perfect sear marks,
Let me guess.
she said coolly.
You're not really Nick. You're part of the secret USDA task force. Undercover beef agent.
Nick smirked. His,
Oh
but
wait,
his eyes
no,
gave
that
him
is
away.
the name of my memoir. Undercover beef agent.
Undercover beef agent. You should get a t-shirt that says that.
Don't give me any
And
ideas.
patented.
And trademarked. Coffee brand coffee. Watch out.
Beef, it's what's for dinner. Nick smirked, but his eyes gave him away. They darted toward the window like he was expecting someone or avoiding them. Okay, he said, running a hand through his hair. Like, I didn't lie exactly, but I did leave out a few things.
But OJ never came home that night, Kato.
How
You
right,
work
rarest
again.
out of all. Selective honesty.
Kate muttered. Eyes crossed, lips tight. I'm sure they were. Nick sighed and stepped closer. Look, I'm still me. I work at the butcher shop. I cook. I love that you called me out online and made me read great, Gatsby. Like, I swear I meant like every word I typed back. Kate looked up at him, her gaze sharp enough to slice flank steak.
But
He hesitated. I used to be a partner in this restaurant downtown, he said finally. A big one. Michelin star ambitions, celebrity chef clientele, the whole flame broiled fantasy, baby. But it all went up in smoke after the incident. Kate's eyes narrowed.
what kind of incident?
My burning loin set it on fire.
I'm actually a uniballer.
Nick took a breath. Let's just say I got involved. An ex-girlfriend, 5-alarm grease fire, and a missing recipe that mysteriously turned up on Food Network 6 months later. Kate blinked. See?
So you're telling me you were ghosted and plagiarized over steak?
He nodded. I nearly sued, so I walked away, back to the family shop, back to meat I could trust.
Yeah, that's a gay novel.
Keep your meat in the family. We keep our meat in the family.
I think I'm using the wrong accent for Nick. Jesus.
Kate
I'm a
sat
meat
back,
packer.
eyeing him with a mixture of skepticism and fascination. The wine suddenly tasted different, even though it was unopened. Bolder, richer, spiked with the zing of intrigue.
Oh, it was spiked all right.
Well,
She said after a long pause.
that's the most dramatic steak origin story I've ever heard.
Nick tilted his head, watching her carefully. And you, what's your deal, Gatsby girl? Kate gave him a slow smile.
You mean besides trusting strangers on the internet, having a sister who thinks I'm destined to be murdered, but a butcher and buying sirloins, I'm trying to impress a man who might be a culinary con artist?
Sounds like we're even, Nick replied. She took a long sip of wine, locked eyes with him, and said,
You still owe me dinner.
I thought this was dinner.
I thought I was dinner.
Kate raised an eyebrow.
Dinner with dessert.
Oh, there's dessert. All right. Pie.
Nick leaned in, his voice. I don't suppose you're a fan of creme brulee.
If it comes with a side of answers.
Just then, there was a knock at the door. Kate and Nick froze. Nick's jaw tightened. That's not supposed to happen?
Who is it?
Kate whispered. I have, no idea. At all. Totally none. He reached into his coat by the door and pulled out a folded piece of paper and handed it to her. If anything goes wrong, read this.
The fuck?
The knock came again, louder.
No.
A sultry voice called through the door.
Long time no see.
Kate's heart skipped. Nick's expression dropped. I know that voice. He's
It's like a horror from my childhood.
That was so unintentional, but it was so perfect.
I was young. I didn't know.
Enter Bill's sleepy time tenderloins.
Kate looked at the folded paper in his hand, then back up at him.
You've really got to work on your dinner parties.
She muttered.
And now we come to chapter 3.
Oh
boy.
Lord.
Oh.
That was a little too... that timing was a bit too much. I was like, okay, we're going to do Elmo here. And oh, yeah.
Oh, that
worked.
was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chapter 3, The Tenderizer.
Oh.
Nick's hand hovered over the doorknob like it was wired to an explosive. Kate stood behind him, gripping the folded paper in one hand and a steak knife in the other. Not that she'd know how to use it, but the symbolism was comforting. Would you do me the
A redhead
honors
with
of
the knife is comforting?
of having the other voice there for me, Kaiser?
Oh, you need that voice, huh?
I need it. I need that voice.
You need it so bad. It's time for Elmo After Dark, bitches.
Yes, it's gonna be worth it. Trust me.
Okay, go for it.
No, you gotta give
Oh,
me
sorry.
the Elmo voice.
Oh, sorry. I thought you... I didn't think you'd already read to that point. I'm sorry.
Elmo voice.
Nick!
The voice purred again.
Leave me out here dripping wet.
There we go.
And Diva, if you would do me the honors of doing Kate. Kate raised an eyebrow.
Friend of yours?
He muttered something under his breath that sounded like unfortunately, then pulled the door open. And when it gets to this point, I would love it if Yamaha reads Nick's voice. It would be perfect. The scent of smoke, perfume, and trouble drifted in before the woman did. She was all legs, leather, and lipstick. The kind of woman who wore heels like they were weapons and smirked like she knew exactly how much damage she could do. Her umbrella dripped onto the hardwood, and her trench coat clung to her curves like plastic wrap on a fresh rack of ribs.
Hiya, Nicky.
No, you're supposed to be Nick.
You're the
This is-
guy.
What?
Yeah.
I read... I'm reading her,
Oh,
remember?
I'm
Well, wait,
sorry.
your
Wrong
mic cut
one.
out.
Okay.
Oh, Nicky!
She purred, brushing past him like she owned the place.
Still keeping your meat rare and your secrets raw.
Kate cleared her throat.
And you are.
Oh,
The woman said, smiling sweetly.
I'm Justine. The Justine. You must be the girl who doesn't know what she's gotten herself into.
Nick pinched the bridge of his nose.
Justine, you shall be my business partner.
No, you gotta do it as
What?
hell.
Is
Justin is
Yes!
to be my
Yes!
partner.
yes.
That's
We
what
need
I was
Rick.
thinking of. Alan Rickman.
Yes,
Thank you.
Go ahead and
Professor
read that one again, buddy.
Snape.
All right, Kaiser.
I was going to let him take that one over again, just with the right voice, but there you go. Okay.
Justin is to be my business partner.
And his sous chef and his girlfriend.
She added.
And if we're being honest, the reason he knows properly sear anything.
Kate's lips curled.
Oh, is that so?
Justine gave her a slow up and down once over.
I mean, look at him. You think he figured out how to reverse sear on his own? Please.
I'm a fast learner.
Nick said, stepping between them.
Why are you here, Justine?
She leaned against the counter, picked up a piece of crusty bread from the cutting board, and slid it between her lips like a promise.
I heard you're back in the game. Thought I'd stop by to see what you're working with now.
Kate snorted.
If you're referring to the filet mignon, it's resting.
Justine's smirk widened.
Is it now? Hope it's not truth, sir.
Kate stepped forward, voice low and sweet.
Actually, it's certified tender, which is more than I can say for the company.
Nick raised his hands.
Ladies,
Meat insults?
please. There's enough of my cheap steak to go around. This is a very confusing fantasy for a guy who owns a meat thermometer. Let
Chuckled
me.
and leaned into Nick, her voice dropping to a purr.
You've never told her about the recipe, did you?
Kate blinked.
What recipe?
Nick's face flushed, and not from the heat of the stove.
It's nothing.
Nothing!
Justine laughed.
Oh, honey, everything in our relationship was about that recipe. And now he's found his muse.
She glanced at Kate.
I just thought I'd give him a chance to come clean before things get way done.
At this point, I'm picturing Elmo with the Glenn Close from Fatal Attraction.
Right?
You will not be ignored, Dave. The man.
Oh, God.
Elmo and
Kate
Gollum
crossed-
switching places.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And like, I want you to say, my precious.
Yes, my brother. Yes.
Or meat and potatoes, even though I know it's not said by Gollum. I'm just saying.
Potatoes?
We don't like potatoes, precious.
Kate
why I
crossed
call
her
it
arms.
If there's a secret recipe and a smoke show X involved, you better believe I want every spicy detail.
Justine stepped closer.
He never told you about the tender cut.
Nick closed his eyes and groaned.
Oh, don't call it that.
Kate. Kate
Where's
utterly
my Hermione
delighted.
Granger? I'm feeling a need.
Kate
You are.
utterly delighted now raised a brow.
The tender cut? Oh, that sounds like a rejected 50 Shades chapter.
It's not a joke.
Justine said.
It was our creation, a rub. A method, a technique that made steak melt like chocolate on one skin. Yes. We were going to make it a signature at our restaurant, but someone
She glanced at Nick.
locked the recipe away and disappeared.
Kate turned to Nick slowly.
You invented a secret steak sex move and didn't share it with me?
Bet you were on the
It's
first date.
not a sex move.
He snapped.
It's a spice blend and a cooking technique. Avada Kedavra.
Wait.
Is it in her leg?
Nick rubbed his temples.
Okay. This has finally gotten out of hand.
Nick picked up her wine, took a long sip, and said,
Oh, on the contrary, I think it's just getting juicy.
Oh, yeah, guess what? You want to hear the rest of the story, you'll just have to tune in next Sunday.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. Fun.
I love it.
Oh, that was great.
Yes.
Oh, that was good. That was really good.
Okay.
Yes.
I cleared my schedule. That's all I'm saying.
See, I'm so jealous. You guys have all these voices, and I just have my running color commentary of like.
No, but that's perfect.
That's
I
perfect.
hope
perfect.
someone
Wrong.
was stabbed in the very few next sentences to make this worth my while.
My brave hobbits.
If you could just say Nakatomi Towers for me just for one quick hot second, that would be awesome. Because I like a younger Alan Rickman, like a
What,
Sheriff
for
of
Die Hard?
Nottingham.
Nakatomi
Die Hard?
Plaza.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Yeah,
Oh, what was that line? Oh, shit.
I don't know, but
Oh yes,
I mean,
he's
you
got
also
it.
do the yell when he's falling
Corporations
off.
corporate greed around the world. They're about to get a lesson in humility.
Oh my
Gotta
God,
say,
it'll
the
come to
poster
you.
On my wall back here. I mean, come on.
And Alan Rickman, I'm gonna pick a younger one.
Hey, I kind of like the older one myself. You know.
Well, yeah, but then he's in Harry Potter, and I'm like, you know, if I had a child with him and they couldn't go out in the sunlight, they have to dress up like Michael Jackson's children.
Yeah, it's hard for me to flip that
Oh
around.
my.
Oh, filet of Justine coming right up.
For real.
Yum.
Oh, it gets
Saucy.
yeah,
So much worse.
it gets,
It gets so much worse.
Better.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some help with the research on this one. I've got a couple of scenes I gotta write here for this project, so I need a little bit of coaching. That's not even a joke, really.
Oh no, it was absolutely beautiful. I love that we could all come together and do this. And Mo, thank you so much for sharing the
Yeah.
first story with us, because I knew that you're coming into this completely cold, having no idea that how off the rails we get. And
No, it was great. Although I am glad that ChatGPT took over, because I was like, this is why Mr. Mo can't watch movies with me. I'm like,
it's like, come on, are you this
I was like-
stupid?
yeah, well, that's why he officially stopped watching movies with me with Avatar 2, because I was like, wait a minute.
Well,
Wait a minute, I have questions. You used to be with the military and you knew how big of a-holes humans are. So you figured humans were going to fuck off and take a loss, gracefully? We're
Yeah,
humans.
that's not how
no.
that works.
Right?
yeah, that's not how
No,
it works.
we're going to come back and destroy stuff. But you decide to go fuck off and try to molest whales? What is going on here? And my husband's like, they're not molesting the whales. I was like, pretty sure you told me their tail was like their junk and they're plugging their junk into a whale. I don't know how whale hunters are going to feel about this. I don't know what PETA and Greenpeace are going to do, but don't put your peen in whales, I think is what we learned from Avatar.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's kind of the general consensus, yes.
Also Free Willy, but it was kind of subtext.
Mo was
The blowhole is
awesome,
not for that.
yes. Mo is absolutely awesome. And Traveling Fools gave a beautiful super chat. Traveling Fools, there's something that comes along with the chat. I still have my art supplies here from this
Yes.
TV channel.
Yes.
Disco
Oh,
helmet.
I was painting a beautiful sunset. Oh my God, you guys have almost emptied out another sheet of these stars. I have a special star for every single one of you people that call me a
The
complete
Walmart
retard.
just is so happy you're filling out your chore chart, so religiously. You're like, I have all the bucket points. I'm going to get me a
do.
personal pan pizza.
I do, and it is my own personal pizza.
He goes through the checkout line. They go, "Oh, are you a teacher?" And he's like, "No, I'm just special."
No, he's like, they're for my helmet. It's back home.
For my helmet.
And
I
I've
left my
got to bring
helmet
that to
out.
Dollywood. I got to bring that to Dollywood.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I need to get with expert so he can send me the thing to show that thing for Dollywood. Damn it!
Yeah.
Keep
So I
forgetting.
need to get a picture at the bar whenever whenever I'm in Atlanta. Just
Oh yeah. Kaiser's going to be in Atlanta coming up pretty soon. We're gonna
nice.
hook up and
Cool.
probably have a couple of beers or 4.
yep.
Very good. Very good.
Well, like I say, he's coming through Atlanta. I'm going to take. I know a few gay bars down here, and
No, it's perfect
I
for
was
it.
figuring Fuzzy Navel and a Harvey Wallbanger. I don't know
yeah,
which is
but
getting
but
which.
we'll keep them away from Kaiser because they get very lonely on these cold nights.
Blue oyster, here we come.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh no, it'll be Jill Kaiser. But anyhow, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you, Traveling Fools, for that. And everyone, just stay tuned. There's more to come.
I can't wait.
Maybe one way or another.
That meat. Oh my goodness.
Peace.
Right.
Bye.
Oh, I know what you want.